So what I'm doing right now is I have the whole 25-minute episode right here. And I did text auto captions. And then from there, I click this and then I put these settings in. The bold font you have to download and then enter it into this. There's a YouTube video you can watch for that.
I already
Um,
got it.
already got it. So I like to
Hmm.
put, a setting of around, let's see, 15, color white, and then your position. And you always want to have your words more in the middle, closer to their face. You never want to block their face. You don't want it down here because there's all kinds of writings and stuff from whatever app you're posting on. So you got to keep that in mind. You don't want this too wide because sometimes it'll get cut off the screen. My stroke thickness is about 40. My glow is about this, and then I put a little drop shadow. From there, the animations, you got your in where you can do an incoming, like you can do a throw out, or you can do like a fade in, or you could do nothing. And then an out is, of course, boom. Now, what makes a good video, I always say, is your viewers know where to look. So if your stuff's flying in with all kinds of crazy transitions, it's going to be too much for. It's already cutting cameras quick, so you don't want too much to stress out the viewer, make them nauseous with too much crap flying around. The transitions and all of that, you can always spot, a rookie from those transitions. You want to try and avoid transitions, avoid cuts. So what we're going to do here is welcome to the see like certain things, keywords. So like see how this is yellow? So if you want
Hmm.
to edit the text, you click this or you click this, right? Now you got to make sure apply to all isn't checked. After you get your captioning done, you want to make sure this is unchecked. So like I would highlight this. Anything you highlight, you can change specifically. So be more happy is a lot different. So what I'm doing is I'm going through this whole vertical thing and then I'm going to export it the whole 25-minute length. But it's going to already have the words on it. So after it's exported, all I got to do is come in here to byte snippets. So if I want to have a snippet of, let's say, the first minute, I'm going to hit I, which marks an endpoint. And then let's say that's all I wanted for the video. I would hit O. And you see how this kind of gets faded right here?
Hmm.
And this is lit up. So where I hit O is going to end the video, and then you just hit export. So you go find your clips from there. So let's do this. Anytime I'm editing like a captions, I lock this bottom part simply because if I go to grab the words sometimes to move them, I'll accidentally grab the frame, and I don't want to do that. So I'll undo it with Command Z, and then I'll lock the bottom so it doesn't move. Okay, so to the Be My Happy Show. Let's do the first minute. I'll work through this with you for the first minute. To the Be More Happy Show. So for the Be More Happy Show, it's kind of an emphasis word. Any emphasis word, you want to make a little razzle dazzle. And at the beginning of every video, you always want to front load either the captions, the GIFs, or zoom. You got to get them to stop scrolling. So how do we do that? We can do a zoom. So I'm going to unlock this. I'm going to click on this video. I'm going to hit this. This is a keyframe, add keyframe. So when I click add keyframe, it tells the editing software at this keyframe, this frame of the video is a keyframe that you want to pay attention to. I want all these parameters right here, 100%, 0, scale, 0, this, 0, that. So I'm going to click here. See that keyframe part disappeared? I'm going to click this. These are keyframes right here. So I'm going to click this. Now this is going to record anything you do after. So at this point of the video, I want this parameter. And right here, I'm going to zoom in. You see how this lit up blue?
Hmm.
Because it knows it's recording. So any movement you make, it's going to record. Be My Happy Show. And then right here, I'm gonna zoom, I'm gonna do this back to 100. Now watch what happens. You see on my timeline, I have that keyframe here. And then you see this right here. That's another keyframe, and that's another keyframe. So this keyframe is saying, at the start of this video, I want it at 100% 00. But at this keyframe, it's saying that I want 131 and these. So from this keyframe to this keyframe, it's gonna move to this one.
Gotcha.
Watch.
So it's kind of like a gradual zoom.
Yep. But you see how you pause? There's no sound for like a half a second. That's not good. You want to take out any and all things. So what I do is I have a right here shortcut. What I have set up is keybinds, because if you could keep your hand on your mouse and maybe a free roving hand on the keyboard, that allows you to just keep moving. So what I do is
big, bro.
you see right here, delete left. That's what Q does. So I keep my hand on Q, and then delete right is E. And then split is W. If you look at your keyboard, you got Q, W, and E. Look at your keyboard. Q, W, and E. I keep my 3 fingers on Q, W, and E. And so you see right here, this little section, it's wasted and we don't need it. So if I hit Q, it's going to delete everything to the left. If I hit E, it's going to delete everything to the right. If I hit W, it's just going to split. So I want to hit Q. Boom. What I like to do is I like to go through, I'll click the caption, and I'll go to right here, captions. Now this is all your captions through the whole 25-minute video, or usually 1-minute video. And I like to do only 4 words at a time, only 2 lines, because you want it to be broken down very smoothly. Now you can't edit from here, you can only cut from here. So I'm going to go to text. I'm going to highlight the whole thing, and then I'm going to select the green. And that's how you make your edits, okay? Now, here's something also you can do. Are you on a Mac?
No.
Okay.
PC.
On a Mac, it's Control Command Space, and you can get these emojis to come up. Sometimes it's hard to add from this caption section. So go to text, Control Command Space, world. And then you highlight it, and then you just make that world thing bigger. Or if you don't want it on that, delete it. And then I like to do this. Grab this, Command C, Command V. Now I made a duplicate of this. I would click this one. And I would put the world as just like a separate text. So now it's different from the regular text. I always want like to have an animation of it like fading in and then fading out.
And I think one of your videos actually showed me that, how you could download the emojis.
And
one of your videos you did a while back.
It's called Giphy.
Yep.
So let's type in hero. I like this one. Save image as. There we go, hero. And then now it's going to save as a GIF. I'm going to open CapCut. And I'm going to click and drag it in this side folder into this. You're like a hero. This cutout function, I really like that. Hit auto cut out. Let's see if it works. Yeah. See it cut it out? But see, it's a little wonky. It don't really make sense to do it because see, it's skipping in and out. But see, all right here, animation, let's do I always like to have my GIFs coming in with like a slide up, like coming from the bottom. Slide up. So that's basically, you know, a whole set on how you do the video. The extra part is you go in there, you beef up your highlights, your edits, your animations. And then after you have all your animations and everything good, then you go right here to audio, and then you go to sound effects. So you always want to stop the scroll by having a zoom and then a sound effect. So my favorite thing to use, I like to use a pop. Well, I think it's a thump. I like thump. And you see how, you think about what this noise makes when it comes up sideways like that. Let's see what kind of, there's this thing right here, sound effects. This is your list, a transition. So I like this one. What's this? Where should I go? And then you hit this little star and it goes into your favorites. So it's something you use a lot. Now these audios are very loud compared to the audio, so you want to make sure you turn them down a little bit. And then you could also fade them in, fade them out, that type of deal. So let's see how this looks. Welcome to the Be So Happy Show. Be So Happy. What I like to do, you could find some sort of GIF, or you can find some sort of, let's say, import local, and then I'll have, I got some folders of me images. Let's do this one, import, and then you just overlay it. And then always remember your animations, and then you just keep going. And once you get them all done, you go that whole 25-minute route, and then you have all your small clips, and that's it. And then you export it.